Today we're going to talk about the emotional body and how 51% of the planet cannot ride an emotional wave. Now, emotional waves comes in 7 seconds, 7 minutes, 7 hours, 7 days, 7 weeks, 7 months, 7 years. And as we are fastly approaching the 7-year COVID emotional wave, how was you when you were trying to ride that emotional wave? Because 71% of the population could not ride that emotional wave. And they took the first vaccine, they were waiting for the vaccine. When all it really took on a logical aspect, which is where the male is coming from, the female is the emotional body. So it's very hard for a female to adjust because she's got the survival instinct, she's got fight or flight. But if the man isn't protecting the physical realm, he can't think logically. So he should have been able to hold the space, ride the emotional wave, and say, come on, let's think logically here. Are there people dropping dead around us? Wait till this 2 week to flatten the curve pans out. It didn't pan out. Because if you'd done 15 minutes of research, i.e., the Spanish flu, you would have quickly come to your own truth and said, maybe this is similar to the Spanish flu. And then when you thought, why are they telling you to avoid the sun, stay indoors, and let's make alcohol readily available because that's the demon, the demonic eating spirit. And then let's weaken the immune system even more by allowing junk food to be served. Nothing about healthy. You couldn't meet with your family, have a healthy meal. You couldn't go into a space where without having a mask on. So when you breathe in oxygen. Now I'm sitting around trees which are oxygen, carbon dioxide pollution absorbers. So you breathe in oxygen. So as a waste product, you remove carbon dioxide. Now, if you've got a mask on, it's just like doing a shit, putting your head down the toilet and sucking in all the fumes or eating the bacteria because that's what is manifesting on that mask. That's why people got infected. So, did you ride that emotional wave? So, for those of you who know me, uh, I'm I can quite quickly tap out of people's energy because I'm not interested in having a conversation with people who haven't researched their truth, who have believed and continually believe in the social media. Social me. I had someone comment in Substack and they said to me, says, oh, you don't have any likes. It's not a popularity contest. It's a consciousness contest, an emotional intelligence contest. Can you ride an emotional wave? It's not a competition. It's just a simple perspective. What is true? What is false? What is your false? Because your reality might be different to mine, and it's not a competition. It's just like an opinion where science, philosophy, and religion were as one. It was just an opinion. Remember when that was prevalent? Remember when we had an opinion and we didn't fight about it and we didn't judge people? Your judgment is based on your truth. Your truth, not someone who is telling you on social media, not someone who is saying, look this way, but avoid the bigger picture. So, what's your bigger picture? How do you escape your reality? Because your reality is based on your truth, your research. And at the end of the day, it boils down to who it serves. Does it serve everyone? Or does it serve the people who are trying to make the rules, let's say, trying to guide you down this path instead of you following your path, which is your truth? Now, for those of you who know, I currently live in Jakarta, Indonesia, and I was trying to switch the camera there, but here we go, I think that's it. So, if you look at that statue, it represents freedom. It represents your independence. And some of you sold your independence and your freedom for a belief that was someone else's narrative. Now, certainly, that was a choice of you based on your emotions or based on the people who were around you, who were influences you. Oh, you can't come to my house if you haven't had a vaccine. You can't go to this shopping mall, or you can't go on holiday and you'll lose your job. Oh, but the people who are suffering now are the people who made possibly the wrong choice. Their health has deteriorated. Meanwhile, their wealth is slowly filtering through their hands because their immune system was damaged because they took the vaccine, they continually ate junk food, and they continually tried to exercise their way out of the problem rather than just say, wait a minute, I'm going to sit in silence here. I'm going to stand somewhere. I'm going to go somewhere and connect to Mother Nature because the answers come in silence, solitude, and stillness. And I won't allow anyone to take my energy, vibration, and consciousness away from me because it's sacred. Energy is sacred, blood is sacred. These are the two most valuable commodities you have. You give your energy away to some people who are not deserving of it, who just keep on saying, oh, poor me, I'm sick. You're sick because of the choice you made, the circumstances you allowed to come into your field, what you tuned into. That's why you're sick. Nobody is to blame. You're responsible for your own health, your own happiness, your own awareness, your own discernment. It's almost 7 years. Funnily enough, it's the end of the 7 year emotional wave cycle. And some people are still wearing a mask and giving away their power. But I think if I look back 6 years ago, 6.5 years ago, let's say, and say, okay, there's not so many people wearing masks now because of this new fear. And this could be the real 2 weeks to flatten the curve. So instead of 71% of the population that couldn't ride that emotional wave who took the first vaccine, possibly it will be 15%. Or let's hope it's less because we don't want people to die. And if you look at the Georgia Guidestones, they had 500 million people, was enough to in the world to slave, to keep you enslaved in the system. But I personally think, so an opinion, the 500 million will be the real figure of people who have died from the vaccine. But I'll let you decide. I'll let you discern. I'll let you research because it only takes 15 minutes. So, whatever is triggering you emotionally, ride the wave. Because if it doesn't serve humanity, which is all, then how is it useful to anyone but the people who tried to control you? And the people who were the conspiracy theorists who wouldn't get the vaccine, maybe start listening or following what they were saying right back at the beginning. Now, again, it's not about being right, it's not about being wrong, it's not about having an ego, but we as a collective gave up everything. I've had many conversations with people saying, "Oh, I would have lost my job if I didn't take the vaccine." And these are the ones that are struggling with emotional health. It's not mental health, it's just a label. Mind, mental. Emotion is in the heart. And if you're not in your heart, you're in your head, which is mental, which is the mind, which is the what they can program you with. Mental health. Oh, I've got anxiety. No, you haven't. You've just got a fear of the future. Oh, I've got depression. No, you're not. You've just got shame of the past. Something that happened in the past. This is a negative thought program. I love having conversations with clients and saying, okay, let's see what you have trapped in your body. Let's see what thought programs you've got planted in your mind by a father, a mother, by a teacher, by a partner who's maybe said something like, you'll never make anything of yourself. You're stupid. You can't even pass an exam. You're never going to earn money. How are you going to survive? I loved these quotes when I was young, but I found a way, like many of us, we found a way because we didn't buy into the fear. I'm not interested in fear. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Or face everything and reassure and research. So the emotional waves will come thick and fast in June. Not too far away, but there are answers. There are ways to clear these emotions from your physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental bodies. I have been guiding people out of the zoo. I have been getting them connected to their higher self. Well, I've not. It sounds like an egotistical thing. I just give people advice, and from that, I allow them to work things out for themselves. And I will not work more than 3 sessions with someone because I'm not interested in victims. So there are three types of people showing up in your life. There's arseholes. You don't even give them any energy. You don't even just listen and just go walk away from them. 1 minute is enough in their company. Then you've got whinge holes. So when you're having a conversation with someone and soon they start whinging about how sick they are and how poor they are and how like everything's against them, then you go, well, what are you going to do about it? What have you done since our last conversation? Seems like you've not done a lot. And then you've got ask holes. An ask hole is someone asking questions, but they can become a whinge hole. I had a guy yesterday saying, everyone's looking for self validation. Oh, I'm a computer analysis. I'm a this. I'm a that, and I'm doing all this exercise, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what you're doing because it's about doing less, and that's part of the program. Do more, run away from things emotionally, and you'll get the answer. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. It's actually sitting in silence, connecting to nature, coming out of that noise. So you've got an ask hole. So it'll ask good questions, and then you'll say, okay, here's the plan. Here's the buffet. Try this for a week. Let me know how you feel. And then you tap into their energy after a week. Hey, I actually feel good. Or no, it's not working for me. Okay, we'll try something else. Try something less. Oh, that's working for me. Okay, good. Do that for the next week. And then after 1 month, you go back into their energy again. How's things? Well, I tried this, I tried that, and okay. But I'm asking you really I'm asking you, or I'm guiding you to do like 10 minutes a day. Is that too much? No, but what? I'm looking at your posts in social media or whatever. It's all about fear. So, how can you be connecting to your higher self if you're still plugged into that? Okay, let's do another month. Let's see what happens. Let's do another clearing. So we clear the emotions from the body. So by that time you've cleared about 20. These are the priorities. And then they start to feel a little better. Then they start to follow. They start to get a little bit more. They're disconnected a little bit more from social media. And then you go again. 9 times out of 10, they get it. And then they're ready to do a little bit more because suddenly the nervous system has been regulated. It's balanced. The hemisphere in the brain is balanced. The right and left hemisphere, the logic comes back. The critical thinking comes back. Now they're overriding this. And now they're on the path to perfection. And after 3 sessions, boom. And then you say, okay, you're good. Now I can create a program based around your individual needs. Do you want to do that? Or you want to just go alone? Because it'll take 90 days to 1 year It took me 17 months, but that's beside the point because I did go all in. It'll take you 90 days to 1 year to heal yourself. But first, you have to know yourself. And in 3 sessions, you start to know yourself a little bit better. So that's my buffet that I set for people based on my experience, of course, because I've had burnout. I've been in a situation where I've done too much in the physical, 22 injuries. I had to find something different and find an easier way. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, Ellen, Newhouse, and I'll see some people on the other side. Take care. Bye bye.